Have you guys ever wondered how to speed up or slow down a track? Let's say you're working on a house track that speeds up the drum and bass. Or maybe you have a drum and bass that slows down to dubstep. Well, I'm going to show you how in Ableton. It's a simple trick. Check this out. So here's a recreation of Skrillex and Hamdi's new track, Push. This track is currently set at 140 beats per minute. To automate the BPM, all you need to do is go into the automation mode found on the top right corner. Just enable this button here. And then on your bottom master track, that's where it says main here, you just want to make sure that this drop down shows song tempo. And this line will then adjust the tempo of your track. So I've set this to 140, and then you can add a point. Let's say just add a point here and you can move it up. But the easiest thing to do is just right click on the point, hit edit, and enter your BPM value. That way you can pinpoint your exact desired BPM. So now it moves to dubstep, the drum and bass. And I know you guys want to know how I recreated this track, so stick around later in this video and I'll show you the sounds. Okay, so let's check out the result. I'm going from 140 BPM to 70 BPM. And that's a pretty smooth transition, going 140 and 175 BPM. It's really nice to have tracks like these because you can use them as a segue in your sets to switch from dubstep to drum and bass. Now, that's the simplest way to do the tempo change. However, when I move from dubstep to drum and bass, I like to do something a little more tricky, which is instead of speeding 140 up to 170, what I like to do is slow it down, right? As much as you can speed it up, you can slow it down. So what I'm doing is I'm slowing it down to 85 BPM. Let's just make it 87 since my drum and bass tempo is 174. Essentially, I'm slowing down the tempo to 87 BPM, which is pretty much the same as 174. It's just the half of 174. So this creates a more interesting transition because I'm slowing down the sounds, and as the sounds slow down, you have a more unpredictable drop when it plays that drum and bass tempo. Watch this. Isn't that a much more impactful drop? It's a lot more unpredictable and fun because you hear the sound slowing down and it picks it back up at 170 beats per minute. Super fun trick to play when you're switching tempos. Let's do one more. This time I'm gonna slow it down from drum and bass tempo all the way to house or UK garage tempo. Check this out. It starts at 174 BPM and slows down to 125. So just to show you how I did this slowdown again, I add a point and set it to 87 BPM. And we just add another point as a ramp up that goes up to 175 4. So it slows down and ramps back up. Super fun. Let me know which tempo you like most with this track. Alright, I know you guys want to know how I made that Hamdi dubstep bass sound. Now actually I have a tutorial where I show you exactly how I made the sound. You can check that up here. I'll just go real quickly how I made this sound. I did this in Serum, and I start with a basic sine wave. Here I have a clipped sine wave, so the tops and bottoms are clipped, but you can use a basic sine wave. I'll get into how I made this in a later video, but basically what's happening is this sound here is being modulated by FM synthesis. I use oscillator B, selecting dull toy wavetable, and I'm using this to modulate the FM of A. And basically LFO1, using this kind of shape, is controlling the modulation amount of the FM on oscillator A. So you have this kind of action here. The octave and the semitone of oscillator B matters. Notice there's actually no volume for oscillator B. It's set all the way to -infinity. It's simply being used to manipulate oscillator A, and the octave and semitone are +2, +7 respectively. I'll just show you how it sounds at other pitches. So you get different timbre by changing the pitch of oscillator B. You can also adjust the amount of FM modulation. And then to get that kind of wonky vibe, there's actually some pitch modulation on some of the notes. And to achieve this, I use LFO2. Using this kind of shape, mind you, both LFOs are set to 1 bar here. So it's playing a 1 bar rhythm here. Essentially what I'm doing here is this shape does a pitch bend on this very first note. You see this little go. This has a pitch bend up. So I'll just enable the pitch bend. You can hear the difference. You hear that? And then once you have the sound, you can add effects just to spice it up. Distortion, some hyper dimension, additional filtering if you like, some multiband compression to bring out some nuances, and an EQing. In this example, I've removed all the sub bass because I actually have the sub bass playing on a separate layer here. It's the exact same patch, except I disabled oscillator B and all the effects, so I'm getting just a pure bass here. So put it all together, you have this bass sound. And then I have some UK garage drums. The real trick here is just setting your groove to a nice swing so you get this kind of hi-hat pattern. And then with the kick and snares. And then for the drum and bass, we just switch it to a drum and bass pattern. And I actually switched up the top bass for a different pattern for the drum and bass section. So we have a more faster pattern with LFO here. And then put it all together. If you want this preset and more, I'm actually going to be including it in my new Gnarly Volume 2, which will be coming out soon. Stay posted for more information. Alright, that's it. Hopefully that helped, and now you know how to speed up or slow down a track. Super fun when you're switching from house to drum and bass, dubstep to drum and bass, and vice versa. Remember, if you want to support this channel, check out deviantaudio.com for sample packs, preset packs, and Ableton kits to help you along your journey. We just released the Deviant Audio Production Suite, which contains all 12 packs at 50% off. You can find it down in the links below. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, stay creative and peace out.